It's he's one of the neighbors that's on the border that they said number six. So he's gonna speak here.
Okay, everybody ready?
Is that him over there?
We will call the meeting to order at 6:30 PM. Welcome, everybody. Glad to see people out there for a change. Will you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have the public participation section that is for anyone here who wishes to speak on a non-agenda item. Is there anyone?
I have not received any signups.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to the approval of the minutes. Any comments?
Good to meet you.
I have one little one, and that is on, it's number 4 in the correction or in the minutes. Let me give you the page. Sorry. It's on page 5, number 4. And it reads in that top line, a note that stating that. You need to get rid of that first that so that it's the final plat shall include a note stating that. So just lose that first one, and that's all I could find.
I'll second.
All in favor? I'm sorry, guys, that's the school teacher.
Too much time.
You didn't say it, you did.
Pardon me. We will now move to the public hearing section. Now, item number 1, discuss and make recommendation regarding an ordinance amending the town of Bartonville Code of Ordinances. Chapter 14, Exhibit A, Article 14.02, Ordinance 361-05, zoning regulations for the town of Bartonville to change the zoning designation from agriculture A to residential estates 2, which is RE2, on a 12-acre tract or parcel of land identified as Lot 1R and Lot 2R, Block A, J. Burke Survey, Abstract number 42 in the town of Bartonville, Denton County, Texas. The subject property is located on the southeast corner of Broom Road and Porter Road in Bartonville, Texas. The applicant is McAdams, representing property owners Rusty and Martha Rice. Staff?
Madam Chair, Commissioners, this property, again, as stated, is at Broome, primarily along Porter Road, but you do have one lot that fronts Broome. And here's a map showing the location. Again, the zone changes from agricultural, which is primarily a holding district. No, I get my staff presentation first. Are you stealing my thunder, Ralph? I was all prepared. So again, this is going, agriculture is primarily a holding district until the people come in and look for final zoning that relates to the comprehensive land use plan. Again, RE2 is recommended in this location because that is what is designated in the comprehensive land use plan. And that is 2-acre lots, a minimum 2-acre lots. And again, that's the lot itself doesn't include roads or anything like that if that's necessary, but on this one, we do not require that. So it's 2 parcels, 12 acres. This is consistent with the comprehensive land use plan. There is no annexation required or development agreement required for this parcel. Again, because it is low density, 2 acres. That's what we're looking for in this area. So again, they're only doing 12 acres out of 38. So again, most of the property is remaining in agricultural for the property owner. And there are no schools or anything associated with this rezone. Again, no other issues there. The staff does recommend approval, and pardon me. Sorry, it's been a long day. I got here at 6. The applicant is, or the representative is here to make a presentation as well, when we get to that point. And if you have any questions, I'm here as well.
Time being 6:35, we will open the public hearing. Secretary Montgomery, do you have, apparently you have some comments that you'd like to read?
Yes, Chairman McDonald. We have received 6 letters in favor of the zoning request, and they are from Ron Daniel Skota at 1010 Jean Perry Court, Siobhan O'Brien, 875 Porter Road, Brent Svor, 1018 Jean Perry Court, David and Jennifer Stalker, 1023 Jean Perry Court, James Reed, 1016 James Price Court.
Not receive any emails in opposition.
Thank you. I understand that there's someone here for the applicant that would like to speak. Please give us your name and
Good afternoon. My name is Marissa Brewer. I'm a planner with McAdams, located at 4400 State Highway 121, Suite 800, Louisville, Texas. Today, I will be presenting on the subject property that's 12 acres located along Broome and Porter Road. As you can see in the future land use map, the subject area is proposed to be residential 2-acre lots. And then the the zoning map is also called out to be ag, and then the northern part being RE2, which is the 2-acre lots as well. So our proposed plan shows 6 2-acre lots, which makes up that 12. And we are in compliance with the town's codes of dimensions. And then that's all I have.
So I had looked at Marissa's presentation. I kept looking in mine for those dimensions. I can confirm that those lot dimensions are consistent with our zoning ordinance.
could you back up to that picture that had some colors? That one more, that one. Tell me what the pink is and the brown is that's already existing on there.
So the pink is ag, and then the northern part that's the RE2, which is the residential estates 2-acre lot.
So that front single property up there is already RE2?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
The reason we're having it, the public hearing for all of it, we believe there may be a clerical error somewhere. So we are in abundance of caution, including all of the 12 acres as the rezone.
I think
And
that's
our
a real
notice was
good
there.
idea, because I do not remember when we did this ever zoning all by itself.
Go ahead. In discussion with Ryan, y'all met Ryan, our third-party planner. He could not find where that was actually rezoned. We believe it may have been some kind of clerical error as maps were being changed, as we were doing updates. So again, that portion that appears to be RE2 is included in our notices that went out and in the legal description, because we just don't show where it has actually been rezoned RE2, even though it shows up on the map. So again, we are covered to make sure that we handle every bit of property that is proposed.
Commissioners, do you have any questions?
Gas well, I know that's up. in
Use
that
your
area.
mic, will you?
Sorry, is the gas well on this property or is it behind it? And what's the plan for that?
Would you use your mic,
Would you
please,
use
Rick?
your mic?
Yeah.
Gas well, property plan.
So the gas well is on, it's, as you can see in this aerial a little bit, it's on both sides of the property. However, there is conversations happening with plugging the gas wells. So they're working through that right now. Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
My question is there a problem with setbacks from the gas well?
There are, so there are requirements in the code that address setback, for the gas wells, and we will comply with them. But when they're plugged, they might have changed. I would ask Thad to speak on that a little bit further.
Again, when the plat is processed, this is not really related to the zoning, but we knew this question would come up. When they file a plat, it will depend on whether that is plugged or not, where their setbacks are. So staff will review it based on whatever the condition is of that well at time of submittal.
Harry, you had a question?
That was my question.
Oh,
And on the property with the lots that are described here, is the front, I guess I don't understand, is the front going to be on Porter, or is there going to be some road or something on the inside?
A front porter. So again, each lot, that's why they have the 200-foot width,
Yes.
so that they have room for each one of them to have an access out onto Porter Road.
Right.
The one that also is on Broome
Could possibly.
could possibly have a drive on both,
Yes.
depending on setbacks.
any other questions? Okay, did anyone sign up to speak for or against?
Yes, ma'am. We have received one speaker card from Justin Buck for opposition of request. Just wanted it noted.
Okay. That's it.
That's all
No,
I have.
Do you have to ask in advance in order to speak about it?
yes. If you haven't, however, you can go back and sign up real quick on that sheet and turn it in to the secretary.
What about general questions, not opposition?
Can I yield my time? Can I yield the third?
If you go back there and sign up.
So let me ask you another question. The access to that well site.
Yes, sir.
Isn't directly, it comes off at an angle. Basically, it occupies two of those lots. I mean, you got the well on the third one down, you got access on the fourth one down.
Technically, it impacts 3 lots, Commissioner Hayes, because of the setback. If that gas well is still active, that setback will actually affect the second lot off of Porter and Broome as well. So again, the gas well is very impactful from a platting development standpoint. But again, those issues will be addressed post zoning. But yes, it does impact currently 3 lots.
Can I just speak? I know this is zoning and we're not into the platting stage, but with putting 5 extra driveways on Porter, is it something we would be able to address in a further down the road? Or
If y'all want to, y'all can amend your zoning ordinance and change perhaps the lot width or those types of things, but it would not impact this one because they're already in the system and looking for under our current ordinances that require 200-foot lot or 200-foot length lots fronting a street like that. It wouldn't impact this one. So again, you couldn't force them to put a street in where only one came out at this stage.
Since we don't have a lot of people out here very often, just to kind of clarify, I don't know whether all of these questions are confusing or not. Tonight, we're only addressing the zoning of this property. It's really irrelevant about the gas well or any of that. It's just straight zoning from ag to RE2. And our comprehensive land use plan map, which is the farthest one from you up here, all of those color codings shows what the future land use desires of the residents of the town are, and Those were all done with public hearings. So this particular property, 12 acres, is yellow on the map for the future land use to be RE2. So just to let you know, they're not requesting something that isn't within the comprehensive land use plan. Then as the next steps happen, you will see some of the questions here and questions out there about where you're going to put driveways. There's a hill here. All of those things have to be addressed later. We can't address any of that at this point. We're only addressing a request for zoning change. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Let's see. I think we're finished,
Had the two speakers,
correct?
Jim Lieber.
I'm sorry, what?
I'll pass until the next meeting because I'm neither for this nor against it. But I just had two items of caution, which have nothing to do with changing the zoning.
Okay,
So
we'll
I'll
see you next
wait till the
time.
next meeting.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Don Altenhofer,
Basically,
can you please come up to the,
basically, I.
You need to give us your name and address, please.
Dawn Aldenhofen, 858 Broom Road. Okay, so I do not have opposition to that, and that's not why I'm here. I'm also here because I'm more concerned with what happens once, like with drainage and that kind of thing. So I think, I don't know if that's an,
That's all
we'll
addressed
wait, yes.
later down the
Okay.
road. Okay,
I'll come back.
thank you. Anything else? All right, we'll close the public hearing at 6:47. Okay, discussion. Just to clarify, my understanding is that there is nothing being requested that is outside the scope of what we require as a town to rezone property, in particularly in conjunction with the land use plan.
That is correct. That is correct. We review all of this based on the comprehensive land use plan. And from a staff perspective, when we recommend approval, it must align exactly with the future land use plan.
Questions? Do I have a motion? Larry?
Except the change in zoning from agriculture to R2.
Recommend?
Second.
Okay. It has been moved and seconded that we recommend to council approval of this land change, zoning change. All in favor? Opposed? Okay. Number 2, discuss and make a recommendation regarding an ordinance amending the Town of Bartonville Code of Ordinances, Chapter 14, Exhibit A, Exhibit C, and Chapter 19, Accessory Building and Use Regulations, to permit the installation and operation of recycling collection bins in the town of Bartonville. The applicant is Philippa, representing Texas Green Team, Town of Bartonville, ZC 2024-002. Staff presentation.
Thank you, Madam Chair and Commissioners. Y'all have all of the information in the packet. Originally, there was no staff recommendation on this item. I've had time to do a lot more research since the packet went out last week, and staff is recommending denial of this request. Specifically, there are other methods to take care of donations and or recycling. Of course, we have recycling every week with our trash service from Waste Connections. And when you look at donations, you have donation boxes or donation drop-offs at Goodwill and other locations like that. Salvation Army and the Christian, there's another one out there.
Christian Community
Will
Action.
also actually pick things up from your doorway. So again, this serves no purpose for serving the community of Bartonville. And we also don't believe it fits with the commercial districts in Bartonville. We went up and down 407 and I did not see these in any of the first generation shopping centers that are along 407. I did not see any of these recycle or donation bins in those locations. Again, there's a lot of information on these things that are unmanned or unmonitored, becoming trash dumps for, if it gets full, things stack up around it. People will put furniture out there, even though it's clearly states that no furniture is accepted. They just become problematic for the shopping center owners. And then we end up in code issues. And again, y'all know we are only part-time code enforcement. And so policing this becomes problematic for staff as well. So again, staff recommends denial. The applicant is here if y'all have questions, and you also have all the information and his recommendations for your consideration in your packet.
Pardon me. Do you have questions before I open the public hearing? Okay, I will open the public hearing for this item at 6:51 PM. Do we have people who have, wait a minute, let's do the applicant first, and then I'd like you to submit any comments that we have from people. Thank you. Is the applicant available?
Evening, members. My name is Philip. I'm the operations manager of Tex Team.
Stop just a second. Something's wrong with this thing. It's cutting in and out with everybody speaking. And would you pump the sound up just a little bit?
Is that any? Ooh,
It's worse.
no, that was a little one. How about now?
So far, so good. Oops, no, it isn't. Testing. I should never have had you mess
I'm
with.
s-
Um,
Please start again.
yeah,
If you'll
would you-
state your name and address.
Yes, and get that to where it picks your voice up.
Hello, my name is Philip Filipov. I'm the operations manager of Tex Team USA. 2614 Anjon Drive in Dallas, Texas. We submitted the application because recently we had a agreement with Kroger Texas LP, which they gave us 26 locations in Dallas-Fort Worth area, and one of them is in your town. We currently work with recycling. We operate in 13 states and for more than 10 years. What we do is place collection boxes for textiles. It's the most convenient way for the people to recycle. They're easy to access, safe and secure bins. We also have AI integrated system where we can service and maintain up to 7 days a week if necessary. We also have camera systems which are monitored constantly. If there is any debris outside, we schedule a pickup. I'm here today just if you have any questions about this thread. That is all I can say. I already submitted everything. You guys probably are going to read it.
Have any questions?
I do, because I think recycling's great in some aspects, but I had worried also about things getting left outside because that's what you tend to see. So in your other locations, since you've been in business so long, how often do you have to schedule those daily pickups because people leave things outside the boxes?
So let's say a collection box, it gets up to 400 pounds of clothes. If we place one, every single person, let's say on Kroger Marketplace, there are many people. let's say 20% of those people, they would put something inside. And apparently in one point of the day, this is gonna get full. That's why we service our marketplace locations, which are big lots and plazas, almost every day. In we're trying to prevent this one, like adapting the security system camera. We constantly monitor to see if there is anything outside. We have drivers, and yeah, I mean,
Did your paperwork not say that this is a Monday through Friday operation?
we operate 7 days a week.
Any other questions right now? I think we have people who want to address this, so don't leave because we might have more questions. Thank you.
Maybe happy to answer everything. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair McDonald. The town has received two letters in opposition to this ordinance amendment, and they were from Donna Baumgartner, 890 East Jeter Road, and Diane Golden, 1261 East Jeter Road. And we did not receive anything in favor.
Is it written out or did they just write, I oppose?
They sent us emails. I can. Give me 1 second.
Read those in.
Uh-huh.
Um, Donna Baumgartner, her email said, I wish to voice my opinion against the recycle and clothing bins request. These bins turn into an eyesore. The area has multiple charities that appreciate donations. Please notify the P and Z committee that I do not approve of these bins. Thank you. And then Donna Golden's email. I strongly oppose this for various reasons and would appreciate you conveying that to the P and Z. 1, there are multiple drop-off sites near us already. 2, there are charities that collect on a regular basis. Number 3, nonprofits already exist to manage sites, pick up, and or have stores devoted to such activity. Number 4, a donation bin needs constant monitoring. 5, a donation site can be overrun with trash and broken items. Bartonville should reject the proposal of a donation drop-off site. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Was there anyone else here who wanted to speak? Then I will close the public hearing at 6:58 PM. Okay, discussion.
If I remember our discussions back when we wrote the ordinances, they sort of mimicked what Pat just said. That we didn't allow them because they could become an eyesore real quick.
It's not an ancillary use for a shopping center. Again, we allow certain things, accessory structures or storage related to businesses on that property. This is really a separate business, although it may be.
Ask for that.
Because it's a zoning text amendment, our ordinance doesn't appear to require that. It's whoever, again, they would lease the property. Again, he says he's got locations for Kroger. Without the definition, Kroger probably should have been here in support of it since they've, leased these sites out to Green Team, but they are not part of this process. So again,
Really didn't have the authority to make that determination in the first place, correct?
correct.
And how many have we already had come at issue without it being allowable in our ordinance?
9. We had 9 removed by code enforcement that had appeared within weeks while I was out for my surgery, my hospitalization. I came back and there were 9 of them, 6 of them, 6 donation bins in the Kroger parking lot alone, including Green Team. And again, staff takes a hard line. If it is not listed as a permitted use, it is not allowed. So again, if it's silent, P and Z has discussed this, on it for many, many months at various times throughout its existence. If y'all haven't thought to put a definition in there for use, we assume as staff that you do not want it and that it's not compatible with the
That's
other uses.
exactly right. One thing I would like to make a couple comments. One is this is requesting us to change the ordinance. If we change the ordinance, it is not for one company. It is for multiple companies, which we just heard there are. And I did some research too. There's the Salvation Army and CCA. Not only can you take them places, but they will come right to your house and get stuff. And I would bet you that there's nobody on this board that hasn't gone down. I know one down by Home Goods. There used to be one out there. There was stuff propped up against it, people dropping stuff off at night, especially for big pieces of furniture that aren't allowed. And I don't see that it is a benefit to Bartonville or the residents of Bartonville. It might be a best resident, it'll be bringing other people in using it that don't live here anyway. And when I read the request, one of the things that they make sure they do is come take the graffiti off of it when they get some. That does not fit in this shopping center that is what you call that, tier 1?
First generation space. Again, when a shopping center first opens and you're seeing new development like the Whataburger, Fat Burger, Round Table Pizza, we call that first generation space. Again, once it re-tenants in 25 years and becomes second generation, you'll start to see more things like this, and certainly third generation. But again, you don't typically see this in first generation space. Kroger is apparently taking a unique stance in allowing 26 locations, but that does not mean it has to be Bartonville. That's up to P and Z and council.
Well,
I've gone to CCA to donate stuff before. And they have a bin there, but there's people there all the time. And the bin is surrounded by junk.
mhm.
And again, it's right next to where the donation place is. So it was like, whenever they're not operating, people bring stuff by and dump it.
Like,
I would vote against it.
I think my biggest concern too is the fact that you might have one great person or company that would do a great job, but if you let them in, you're gonna have 10 others that are gonna not do a good job. And you can't do anything about that.
And policing it would be a pain.
Yeah.
we don't have anybody to police it. We can't expect our policemen to go out and pick up well, we can't expect you to do it either.
I'd do it.
Right, so we have 3 right now that are opposed. Where are y'all?
So whenever we're ready to make a motion.
All right, will someone make a motion?
Make a motion that we deny the request.
All in favor? Opposed? Okay. Discuss and consider the July 2024 P and Z meeting. Is it on the 4th?
It is on Wednesday, the 3rd, the day before the 4th. We did receive a preliminary plat submittal this week for that meeting. So we wanted to bring it to the board to see if you wanted to meet the day before the holiday or if you wanted to move forward to Tuesday. It's whatever you guys decide. We are fine with it. We just wanted to make sure you guys had that decision. We didn't know what your holiday plans were.
We're not going anyplace, but I can't speak for everybody else.
Yep. So will I.
What about? Are you leaving or are you all gonna be here? Okay. Leave it as it is.
And then we don't need to take any action. We just, like I said, we just wanted to bring it to you to make sure that we talked about it and we didn't want you to feel like you're changing your holiday plans or something.
Great.
Yeah, is that something, is the agenda item something that Ed needs to be here for? And is the third okay with you?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay,
Well, we'll just have a little party in here on the third.
Yeah.
I ask right now, is the 6:30 meeting time a permanent thing now or instead of 7 or?
The plan was if the commission was okay with the 6:30, that it would become the new permanent time. It was not a temporary change, but that's the commission's purview to set its time.
And we can put an agenda item on the next agenda to discuss that if you'd like.
I will tell you, the primary purpose was to ease staff. It was for staff that the mayor made this suggestion. Because we hang over, but again, we'll be here when y'all are here. That's up to y'all.
Y'all are getting overtime for this, right?
But we'll be here when y'all are.
Yeah.
Again, we need to make sure that the commissioners can be here for those meetings, whatever time it is.
Yeah.
And we had good participation tonight, so doesn't seem to be stopping them.
I don't have-
That's up to y'all.
we've tried it before and there was enough commissioners that it was a problem for that we.
Still working in Dallas or
didn't stick
somewhere. Yeah.
with it.
Stick with-
Well, you can throw it on there and we'll talk about it and everybody can think about it for a month.
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll put it on there.
great. Any other future items?
Submittal, the First Ranch preliminary plat.
I've mentioned this a couple times, but I never heard anything about it. We redid the comp plan, but we have not gone back and looked at the ordinances like we normally do after we do that to do any cleanup or change anything that's been picked up that, needs to be addressed. I'm pretty sure there's a list of, we need to fix that next time we do that. So would you ask council if that is something that they feel we need to do? Thank you. Okay, I think we are finished and I will close the meeting at 7:08.
Keep Shiloh closed down, because it sure is more pleasant sitting on my front porch